I am Francisco Pardo. I'm from Mexico City. I'm going to present a project that is called Pilares. It's a project done with Laura Fierro that is right here in front of me, and she's going to present after another project. It's a collaboration between Mexico City and New York. Pilares, it's a project that is important Mexico City social program. That means Pilares, the word means points of innovation for liberty, art, and education and knowledge. This is very important because it's a program made by the government of Mexico City. There's 300 points that are dangerous in the city. So the government decided to do one of these projects in every part that is high in rate in dangerous zones in the city. Some are built, some are not built, some are going to get built, some are not going to get built. But it's a huge program that has to do with teaching, technical things, sports, arts, and everything that has to do with community. Community, it's a very important issue to be able to raise the quality of life in a city like Mexico City. Mexico City is a city that is way above the sea level, and it has 25 million people. So it needs a lot of programs like this, programs done by the government. So of course, this is one of the many things that the building asks. So the commission started to do so this is Mexico City. These are the 300 points in the city that Pilares are going to be done eventually. This is the one that they gave to us. It's in a very important part of the city because it's one of the most dangerous areas of the city. It's a place where they sell auto parts, and we got a building that is this. So the building that we got, it's an old care center for kids from the 50s. It's part of the health department. So the health department had this infrastructure, beautiful buildings, but very decay. So we were asked to use this building and trying to transform it into this Pilares project. Of course, it's a fantastic structure from the era of the modernist movement. There it is. So this is the actual condition of the building. Our proposal starts by first try to follow certain rules of engagement to do a project. First, we don't demolish anything that is good quality. And that's kind of like in my office we have this rule that when we do retrofitting, when we work in existing projects, we do not demolish anything that is already built and has quality of architecture. But also we don't do fake historics. We don't do anything that is not in the time of now. So the first idea was to demolish everything that was done after the building was built. These ephemeral structures that cover the patios. So the decision was to demolish this and leave the structure, the clean structure, as it was. That is this one. Then we start to do some programming like this, and then each one of these structures has one different activity. So that's construction. It's studios for carpenters, for mill workers, for everything that has to do with construction. So the idea of the government is to train, instead of giving everyone the opportunity to do career, like a doctor, an architect, an engineer, and then the idea of the government is to also do these technical, professional things that are important for our society. We need like all the layers of manufacturing. So this is art and design. This is technology. Technology has to do with computers, with apps, with robotics. There's another part that is very important, that is gastronomy, and of course services and administration. And then in the upper floor, we have a couple of auditoriums. One auditorium, serious auditorium, and then the other one is a multiple use space. Very complex drawings that I'm not going to go over it, but it's important to show that the structure of the building was kept as it is. We just reprogram the whole building. So this is a fantastic drawing that we really like. Laura and I work a lot on this drawing to be able to show the activities from gastronomy, textiles, design, serigraphy, jewelry, workers, construction. It's a drawing that actually puts the whole landscape of the possibilities of this drawing. I'm going to go into detail. So each one of these spaces has to be active, and the activities that are done here are based on the necessities of society in a culture and a place like Mexico, where you have a line of poor demographic that is really bad. So in the aims of bringing people to know how to do certain manufacturing things. I'm gonna run through this beautiful. Oh. Wait, it's moving so fast. Can you go back in that, Laurita? Dile Laurita, Cristina. I think it's going crazy. Para atrás. Sí. So these are different sections of the building. If you see, the building has this amazing roof. How do you like I don't know the word in English, but this roof that brings all the light from the north, that is fantastic, because this used to be a care center for babies. So it was part of that structure that was already working. So what we did is we just reprogrammed the whole thing. And there's one important thing that I want to mention, that is this. This is a street, and it's a very dangerous area in Mexico City. So one of the things that we said is, let's get rid of all the walls. Let's take out the walls, and let's put a staircase, that is this, that will bring, eventually if the building is closed, you can actually go up and use this as a public park. So the idea of having a public park in a completely complicated area in the city is what we think that can lower dangerous areas in the city. If you bring more public space to the city, will engage into society, into teenagers in a positive way. So public space was a very important part of our So this is a big discussion with the government, because of course our clients wanted to do a big wall here and a gated guy with a machine gun, and like closing the whole thing. But for us, it's very important that the building breathes and and continues to the inside as a public space. This is interior of the renovation. Okay, there it is. And then also the use of the roofs as a landscape and as a place so that you can plant and you can teach young people to be able to produce crops in these gardens. Like this. This is a public park on the roof. Sports facilities, but also the places for work that they open through these big doors. And then you see here, I'm going to explain a little bit there. So this is the street. So this is the administration facilities. This is a service access, and then you have construction here. Then you have technology on that area, arts and crafts, and then you have gastronomy. And gastronomy also serves to the street as kind of like a restaurant. In the upper floor, you have an auditorium right here, and then a public art facility like open. And then this is studios for radio. And then also we designed the furniture. The furniture was very important, and I think Laura put a lot of effort in doing kind of our own line of production for this venue. Very simple, very cheap, just two materials, kind of like just this rod of steel and wood paneling. In the way of doing also, because we didn't have a lot of budget, we decided to not buy anything from furniture lines that are very expensive, and instead using the advantage of being in Mexico, we have very good labor and cheaper labor than in other countries. So we could manage to do our own furniture line. Like this. Very simple, very pragmatic, flexible. That's our furniture line. Tables, doors, how they say, chairs, sofas, and everything you need to actually work. We wanted this to be the line of Pilares, like the whole Pilares system. If we could manage to do a production of furniture, then we can sell it to all the other facilities. So remember, this is a 300 project or 300 buildings throughout the city. Now they have built half of these projects, more or less, and hopefully, because of the change of government, they stop the building of these projects, but eventually this will happen in the future. And this is our most important drawing that actually has to do with this social condition of architecture. We do believe that architecture is it's the way to change societies and change cities and change the new way of living. Thank you very much. Thank you.